What's going on, guys? This is John here today with the Fantasy Tab, just coming in to give you guys an update on what's been going on this week as far as your favorite players, people on your bench, and the injuries they might be dealing with coming into week 3 of this amazing fantasy football season. Just to remind everyone, if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, liking these videos, as well as clicking that bell icon on the videos to make sure you're not missing anything, whether it's another video being posted, any of our random live streams, our start-sit live streams on Sundays, whatever it may be. You guys need to make sure you're getting all the information you can. And if you are watching this on a podcast format, make sure to leave us a review. Let us know how much you like listening to us and what you like the best. Now, jumping into this week, we're going to start off in Cincinnati. And it looks like T. Higgins is dealing with a shoulder injury and has missed practice through this entire week, including on Thursday. Now, this is going to be someone you're going to want to monitor coming into this weekend. Pay attention to the start sits on Sunday. Make sure that he is active. If he does miss time, this is a great chance for Jamar Chase to take a huge step forward, as well as Tyler Boyd, to kind of make up for the lost time and maybe earn some more reps and look a little bit better. Over in Cleveland, Jarvis Landry is on IR officially and will be missing 3 weeks at the least. Now, OBJ has practiced in full this week, but is still going to be considered a game time decision. So make sure you guys are paying attention to that. If both of them miss, people like Rashad Higgins, Donovan Peoples-Jones, both of them become a somewhat safe-ish floor kind of flex option. Want to pay attention to that. You might have some plays in them. Over in Indianapolis, Carson Wentz was not at practice on Thursday, dealing with those 2 sprained ankles. There's currently no word on who that locked-in starter for week 3 is going to be. It could be Ellinger. It could be Jacob Eason. Just going to have to pay attention to that completely. Another name that you're going to have to want to pay attention to make sure that he is playing after not playing in week 2, it's going to be Josh Jacobs. Still has not been at practice in Las Vegas so far this week, and his status for week 3 is still completely undetermined and up in the air. Now, if you are, for some reason, a Dolphins fan, then you obviously know that Tua Tagovailoa has suffered fractured ribs and will not be playing in week 3. So this means our fate is in the hands of Jacoby Brissett, but at least he will be working with the full receiver group, getting Will Fuller back in the mix this week, as well as Jalen Waddle healthy and Devontae Parker out there. So at least we give Brissett the best chance he's going to have. I'm still not comfortable playing him in fantasy. I do think that Brissett's going to be going against the Raiders, who've been looking like an absolute crazy team that no one expected coming into the season. So I'm just going to move on and fade that play altogether. Now, in Pittsburgh, Deontay Johnson has also not been at practice all week. Did suffer a little bit of a knee injury in the game on Sunday and has been resting that. But Tomlin did comment earlier in this week that the knee's looking good. That doesn't mean that it's looking great. It doesn't mean that he's looking better. I'm sorry, he says the knee's looking better. Doesn't mean the knee's looking great. Doesn't mean the knee's looking good. It could still be pretty bad, but it's at least some kind of silver lining. Gonna need to check if he's playing this week. If not, Juju Smith-Schuster as well as Chase Claypool definitely take up huge bumps. So gonna have to pay attention. DeAndre Hopkins, again, out of practice all week, has been nursing what's being called a rib injury and is being called questionable for his availability on Sunday. So make sure you guys do tune in on Sunday. There looks to be a lot of players, especially on the high end, that could be a game time decision. One of those guys on the low end being Russell Gage out of Atlanta, possibly at risk of missing week 3 with an ankle injury. He's been sidelined all week and resting. Hasn't been seen on the sideline running or doing anything else, so another name to look out for. In Chicago, we do have Andy Dalton completely ruled out for week 3. That means that Justin Fields is going to get the lone start. And his second receiver, Darnell Mooney, is apparently coming out of practice with a groin injury that's brand new and has been limited this week. Over in Detroit, Tyrell Williams missed week 2, officially placed on IR week 3, meaning that he's going to be missing at least 3 games, leaving Quintez Cephas and Amon-Ra St. Brown as the starting receivers on that team. As everyone knows, been a big Amon-Ra guy, definitely starting to lose my buzz on that. Quintez Cephas seems to be someone that can be relevant in fantasy and somewhat comfortable. If you do have him and need that risky flex play, he's there for you. Over in LA, in LA. The Rams, Darrell Henderson was not a participant in practice all week, again, nursing that rib injury he sustained on Sunday. This could mean that it might be a great week to throw Sony Michel into that flex position. Let's try to get some points out of that guy while you drafted him if you have him. If Henderson misses the game in entirety, Sony Michel could have the opportunity to be a running back 2 on the week. And if he finds the end zone in what could be a high-scoring game, he might even sneak into the low-end ones. You never know. If Henderson misses, definitely make sure to put Michel in that game. Out of Minnesota, though, sad news. Dalvin Cook left the game early on Sunday, as we've noted in some other episodes this week, and he did return with a heavily taped-up ankle. He has not been practicing this week, nursing this ankle injury, and is being called a game-time decision as well. So make sure to stay tuned to that. If he does miss, Alexander Mattison becomes someone that you need to be throwing into the lineup this week, at least as a flex position if your running backs are already strong enough. And if you're one of those people saying, my running backs are strong enough, I've got Miles Sanders, check again. He's, again, been limited throughout the entirety of the week, dealing with a chest injury, especially after Kenneth Gainwell's been making strides as that number 2 running back there. Could see Miles Sanders just not have the full opportunity and the full workload that we need for him to be a great starter in fantasy. Trey Sermon in San Francisco has been limited all week, dealing with a concussion. Not many running backs in San Francisco, so if he does play, even though he's coming off of a concussion, if he does get that clearment or does get cleared before the game starts, Trey Sermon's going for an amazing day, while Elijah Mitchell, who was the guy last week and the week before that, has not been a participant in practice at all. So going to have to watch what happens in that running back room. If both of them do end up missing, I'm sure we see some random signings or some random guys getting in there. So make sure to keep checking in on that. And then finally, Antonio Gibson out of Washington is getting to go ahead for week 3. And there was even a spotting of Curtis Samuel running on the sidelines. For all of you guys that were hyped about him going to Washington, if you drafted him and you got him in a dynasty league or any format like that, it might be the time to get ready to play him. And if your team's been tanking it, might be giving you enough just to scoot you by and maybe fix your season. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for this little injury update. Just wanted to make it quick and get it out to you guys. If you have any questions or want to be a part of our Start Sit live stream on Sunday, make sure to stay tuned for it. We do usually begin around noon and go until 1 unless there's just so many people with so many questions. And then make sure to stay tuned for the prop bet episode coming out tomorrow, the weekend roundup, which has been named to the just weekend breakdown or the game by game breakdown, as well as our DFS plays. All of those will be released before Sunday. So make sure you guys are staying tuned for that by hitting that bell icon. Again, like and subscribe in the YouTube video, rate that podcast, and don't forget the Discord will be down in the description below for both the podcast and the YouTube. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.